My name is Lamin Y.F. a Gambian national and a resident of Banyaka in the West Coast.
Yeah, so you can just go through it. You don't need to read it loud. You don't need to read it. You just go through it. You don't need to read it loud for everyone to hear. We just want you to identify it. And you've signed the statement, I guess so. Is that your statement?
Yes.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Lamin Y.F.A. Bush, into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness dated the 8th of March 2024 is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LDC/KTRC/LYFAM/001.
As the commission pleases. Now, Mr. Bush, you've had contracts that were awarded to you by Kundawu Area Council.
Yes.
The first contract you've had, do you recall when this was?
I beg your pardon.
Do you recall when you were given your first contract by Kundawu Area Council?
Do I recall?
Do you remember when you had your first contract?
Yes.
When was this?
When I had my first contract.
Yes.
That was in 2021, I think.
2021.
Yes.
And what were you contracted to do?
To drill a borehole at Amdalai.
Amdalai. Was that completed?
Was completed.
How much was the award?
The contracted value.
Yes.
I think it was 400 and I cannot recall the amount, but it's 400 plus thousand.
400 plus?
Yes.
Were you paid full?
Yes, I was paid.
Were you paid?
Yes.
By way of installment or just one-time payment?
By installment, because they do it on percentage basis.
Percentage basis?
Yes.
Now, did you bid for this contract?
Do I bid for that contract?
Yes.
Amdalai?
Yes.
No.
You did not. Now, were you issued with a job completion certificate?
I was given certificate of completion. No.
Now, how did you know about this contract?
Pardon?
How did you get to know about the contract?
I was contracted at Njabok, in Yangabanta, where I had a friend who is a councillor who introduced me to the council. So then all the contractors were running away from Amdalai because of the water level was 52 meters. So no one wanted to take the contract. So I decided to volunteer to quit.
Why would they run away from the contract because of the water level?
The depth.
Yes.
That would be more costly.
That will be more?
Costly.
But it is not. It is gratis. You've been paid for it.
Even me, I have to pay the price.
You have to pay a price.
I have paid a price, a very serious price.
What is the price?
The price was, I drilled the borehole up to 80-something meters.
Right.
We thought we had water level. We had reached the water level. We start flushing and there was an argument between my technicians and the driller that this is not the level. He said it's the level. So he started flushing the water. By flushing that water, the water got stopped. There was no water left in the borehole. So frequently they have to remove the pipes and then start drilling again. In doing so, all our pipes got stuck in the well. And there is a community whereby there is infight. There are 3 communities. Between themselves, they are fighting. Everyone wanted the borehole to be drilled at that area, at his area. So that tug of war, there's some spiritualities involved.
Spirituality, so, like how? Like what?
Spiritual fight.
What kind of spiritual fight were involved?
Okay, let me set an example. That particular place where the borehole was drilled was contested by the villagers that they should not drill that borehole there. Why? Because according to them, traditionally, it's not in line with their waters.
Yes.
So they called somebody to come and attest where a borehole should be drilled, and that man said, let them not drill it there, they have to, or else there will be a problem. And he was been vindicated when this thing happens to us.
So there was spiritual fight.
There was spiritual fight among them.
You managed to drill the borehole?
I managed to drill, but then it was shifted to where the alkali told us.
To somewhere else?
Yes. The previous place, the site chosen, was the site we were able to have water, but not at this other side.
So the site they gave you, it was not possible?
No, it was not.
Because of the spiritual fight?
Yes.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not in the best position to answer that, but then this is what they told me.
Yeah. It seems you also believe it.
I believe in it.
Yes.
Because I'm a live witness to it, and
yes.
So more to it that happens.
Yes. Now, you have a bank account?
Pardon?
You have a bank account.
Yes.
Your business.
Yes.
It has a bank account?
Yes.
And a personal account as well, or is it one and the same?
My personal account.
Account and your business account, are they one and the same?
They are all the same.
They are all the same. How many accounts?
Well, I have only one so far.
Which bank?
Trust Bank.
So you're paid through Trust Bank? They pay you through Trust Bank?
All contracts are paid through Trust Bank.
Right. What is the name of this councillor friend?
It's Mr. Ndimala, Wali Ndimala.
Wali Ndimala.
Ndimala, yes.
So it is through him that you got this contract?
Hmm?
It is through him that you got this contract?
Yes.
Now, who did he introduce you to at the council?
Introduce, there is a lot of areas involved. You have the admin is there, the planning is there, so he has to introduce me.
Who did you meet before you were awarded the contract?
I met all of them almost. I was, introduced me to the admin, the CEO, the chairman, and the director of finance.
And director of finance?
Yes, the director of planning. So
okay.
And
that is your first experience with the area council?
No, that was not my first experience.
But when was your first?
Huh?
When was your first?
At Denjamwe.
No, I mean the area council, Kuntur area council.
That was my first experience.
Your second?
My second was, which experience? What do you mean?
Which year or which period after your first contract were you subsequently awarded another
Because
contract?
of the work I've rendered at Amdalai, they were very happy, and then they tendered this other one. I went in for it, and I did that one. That one was given on tender, and I won the tender.
That is the 2022 one?
2022.
That was what you took part in?
Yes,
the bid?
Yes, the bid.
How many companies took?
How
many companies were competing?
Well, I know I did my bidding, and other people also bid.
Where's your bidding document? Do you have it?
My tender document?
Yes.
No, I don't have that here.
But you have it?
Yes, I have it.
Would you be able to submit it?
Okay.
All right. So please don't forget, you will submit your tender document. That's number one. Did you sign a contract with the area council when you were given your first contract at Amdalai?
Where are you?
Did you sign any contract with them?
I signed a contract with them for Amdalai.
Okay. Do you have a copy of the contract?
I don't have that copy.
Do you have it at your office or your...
I may sign it, but I don't think I have other copies where I will sign the contract.
Please kindly speak into the microphone for the purpose of the records. Right. So you don't have it?
I don't have that. Maybe the council will be in a position to produce it. Oh, I go and sign in my document. So far, I have seen only one that I've signed with them.
Right.
And
So
whatever
you are saying will be recorded. So we want you to speak into the microphone. Can you do that?
Pardon?
I said, so what you are saying is being recorded in evidence.
Yes.
So yes, so it's good. Now you are speaking to the microphone, so we will appreciate it if you continue doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, in 2022, you said you took part in the tender, the bid.
Yes.
And you were awarded a contract. The value 648,000.
648,000, yes.
Yes, yes. And you signed a contract as well?
Yes, I signed, that's it. That's the document.
Come again, sir?
That's the contract document that I signed with them.
May I please see the contract document? We apply to tender the contract document, the agreement for the construction of a 4.5-inch borehole at Kofa and Buntong in Njau Ward, correct? Signed by the CEO, Contractual Council, and the manager, Mbulumano Construction.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, that's it.
Into evidence as an exhibit.
Between the contract agreement for the construction of 4.5-inch borehole at Kufa and Bonton in Yao Ward is hereby admitted in evidence. This contract is signed by the Chief Executive Officer of the Contractual Area Council and the manager, Mulumano Construction Limited. This agreement is admitted in evidence as an exhibit. It is marked as LGC/KTRC/LYFAM/002.
Ask a question, please. Mr. Boj, how were you informed about the borehole that council would want to drill at Kofa and Bonton?
It's an open secret that now I've started working with the council, so I keep on inquiring from various avenues whether there's any contract to tender. And of which I was told that there should be a contract in such and such a month, so I went there physically, and then I was told that the contract is coming off in a certain period of time. Then I went there, I was able to buy the form, I bought the form, and then tendered it.
And then you were said to be the most responsive.
Pardon?
You were said to be the most responsive.
Yes.
And they paid you in full?
Yes.
The contract was completed?
The contract was completed.
Were you given certificate of completion?
No.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Did you ask for it?
I asked for it. Even I asked for my payment to the GRA that I was deducted. But it was it was made to my knowledge that only that of Hamdallah was paid, which I have the certificate, but that of Kofa was not paid.
You are deducted your withholding tax?
The tax,
of 10%?
That 10% deduction.
May I please see the certificate? But you are saying it's only the one for Hamdallah and Kofa?
The one for Hamdallah, I'm saying, not Kofa.
Not Kofa. Right. we apply to tender the certificate of the withholding tax certificate into evidence as an exhibit. In relation to the contract awarded to the witness for the drill of a borehole at Andalai.
The withholding tax certificate is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LDC/KTRC/LYFAM/003.
As the corruption places. Now, Mr. Butch, all these payments are passed through your account.
Exactly, sir.
And you've been asked to produce your statement of account, your trust bank statement of account from 2018 to 2023. Your statement of account for trust bank. It's trust bank, correct?
Yes.
Trust bank. Yes.
My statement of account from
2018 to 2023. Do you want to write that down?
2018 to 2023.
Yes. Do you want to write that down?
Okay.
Do you want to write it down?
23 last.
Yes, January. So you are given the technical specification for the borehole?
Pardon?
You are given the technical specifications.
The technical certificate.
Specifications.
Certification. Yes.
Now, we see when you engage in drilling of a borehole, different areas probably seem to require or demand different prices. For instance, the contract for Kofa and Bantu is $648,550. But the one you did for Andalai was less than that.
Yes.
Why is that the case?
Well, this happens in different years, and prices of commodities fluctuate on daily basis. So you cannot expect what services you render in 2018 will be equal to that of 2019. Okay. There ought to be certain adjustments.
So it has a lot to do with the prices.
Okay.
The time.
That's it.
Just the time?
Pardon?
Just the time?
Time. Not only the time, prices of commodities are fluctuating every time, now and then.
Yes,
you take today.
And say whether that is the only factor?
Not only that, not of the fact, even the manual, the labor cost is also in the rising.
All right.
So everything keep on going up. So what you do for 1 year, next year it goes up again. So that's the difference.
Okay. All right, Mr. Butch, we'll wait for the information we have asked. But again, when you were awarded this contract, did you make any other payment from the money you received apart from monies that went directly into the contract and you, the laborers? Did you pay anybody in the area council?
Did I pay any money in the area council? Make,
Yes.
Make me understand.
By way of kickback, by way of trying to help? Don't laugh, it's serious, Mr. Bush.
You know, it's really frustrating if you should say that.
Why?
Because I know what I've went through. And I'm on oath. Right? I am on oath.
Yes.
I swear on the Holy Quran as a Muslim.
Yes.
That I will testify before this commission the truth and only but the truth. I will not deviate from that as an elderly man at my age. I tell you the truth, no matter what. Those are some of the conditions that we contractors couldn't deliver.
Those are some of the conditions that?
They couldn't deliver. If you are awarded a contract,
yes,
what is expected of you is to deliver.
Yes.
To the satisfaction of your employers.
Yes.
But this is not in the case. Why? Most of us are in default. The tendency is they tend to request the large portion of what you should take home because no one is working, and at the end of the day you go home empty-handed to your family. This request you are asking, or this sort of payments which goes under the table normally, I don't mean that of Amdalai, it never happens. But that of Buntu, it happens. Or even the first day I was paid my allowance, I couldn't even operate because I have to pay my drillers. I mobilize my workers. The materials which is expected that I should buy, I couldn't buy them. I have to go back to them to pay another money so that I could finish up these materials. But the amount they request was so exorbitant that I couldn't go anywhere. It couldn't take me anywhere. Because if you say mobilization, you give me 20 brothers. Now you have contracted, and the values that I do charge all involves these pumps, pipes, drilling costs, in fuel, and then payment of workers. The technicians are there, the plumbers are there. So you have to pay all those things. And then you have to mobilize them. But after mobilization, if you are asked to give a substantial amount to the council workers, at the end of the day, I just walk and then wash my hand off and go back home indebted. This is what actually happened.
Mr. Boj, thank you really for your honesty. If people are to swear to the holy books and tell the truth, then it will be very helpful because then is the opportunity to give the commissioners what actually obtains on the ground, because people are businessmen. You have a contribution to make in the country, and also your families and loved ones to feed as well at the same time. So we know the problems in this country. We want to solve it, and this is the opportunity to solve these problems. So that is why it is important. What you are saying here is extremely important, not only for you, but for the sanity of the country moving forward and other businessmen like you, so that the people that are to benefit from this project can benefit from the project. Is that not the case?
Yes, sir.
I understand that, and I really appreciate your honesty and in aiding the commissioners to arrive at a just conclusion, understanding of the situation. Now, just that being your experience, what can you tell us? Who were the individuals demanding certain payments from you, which will subject you to a very stiff or financial situation in executing your functions the way you want and the way you have agreed with them?
You know, normally we contractors, the moment you are contracted, now the dealings regarding the work, the supervision and everything lies within the planning department.
Planning.
And should in case they need anything from you, they will send that planning director to you. You deal with him directly, no other person.
Okay. So who was the planning director at the time?
Lamin Kujabi was the planning director.
Lamin Kujabi.
Yes.
And he was the one demanding monies from you.
Pardon?
And he was the one demanding monies from you.
Not exactly he was the one demanding. This is a collective thing that they do.
Yes.
It's not one man's show.
Yes.
It's from the chairman, CEO, and everybody is involved.
Chairman.
But Lamin is the man who is made on the forefront.
Yes.
And this, I tend to guide myself in case anything should happen, as I was expecting today.
Yes.
A day of today, I was never expected.
Yes.
But I safeguard myself. When I was paying this money, I went to the witness who witnessed me giving him that money.
Okay, how much?
That was one of my technicians called Per Ben.
That was really good of you.
Yes.
The idea that you even really anticipated a deal like this,
yes,
tells that you had the intention to do the right thing, but you were subjected to very stiff conditions. Now, how much did they demand from you?
The actual amount was 150,000 out of 40% of the contracted value given.
Okay.
I said I couldn't do that because I knew that I couldn't move. That was this push and pull. And then at the end of the day, I gave them 100,000 in present of pair to Lamin Kujabi.
100,000?
Just at $100,000.
In the presence of?
La Per Mendy.
Per?
Mendy,
Per Mendy.
who was my technician.
All right. Now, who did you hand over this money to?
I handed this over to the director of planning.
For the benefit of the chairman and the CEO.
CEO and every other person, all the stakeholders involved.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Boch. The commissioners may have a question for you, but on our side, we are done with you. We thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Right.
You're welcome.
Did we admit the statement? Thank you.
Mr. Boch.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to hand you over exhibit LGC/KTRC/LYFAM002, which is the contract agreement. Please tell us when this was signed, the date of signature, and the date of completion of this contract.
It was signed in 2020, around April.
Yes. Sorry. Does it have? Is that month written there?
No, the date was not written. Or maybe it was not printed.
Is that not the original?
This is my own copy.
Your own copy. But it's not indicated in the agreement. The date of commencement and the date of, you understand, signing of the agreement itself. There's none of that in the agreement. Is that correct? Now, for the purpose of the record, I'm just being told that Mr. Gay, handling the recording, said he did not hear my first question. My question is, in that contract document,
Yes.
Can you show me the commencement date and the end of the contract date in that agreement?
It's not there.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Why was the date not contained in the agreement? The date you signed this agreement and the date that the contract was supposed to finish?
I don't know. That is squarely the duty of the planning director and the finance department responsible for this out of contract.
Yes, but what?
But it was an oversight me. I didn't go through to check when this thing. All what they tell us is that after the first advance is paid, you start with the work.
Yes, but you signed this agreement as the manager of Bulumano company, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the chief executive officer signed.
Yes.
Don't you think it would have been proper on your side to read the document that you are
properly before signing?
That you will be bounded for?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so you will agree with me that it will be difficult for us to know whether actually this was done in 2002 or not.
2022.
Yeah, 2022.
Yes, I saw the documents. Maybe that would back up that.
Sorry?
That's the out of contract document.
Yes, let me see. Yes, this was given to you on the 5th of April 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is preceded by the agreement, right?
Yes, exactly.
So you will agree with me that we wouldn't know exactly when you were given this.
To sign.
There is no document. There is no date.
There's no date, yes.
Can you leave to council to apply to tender this document? Now, the withholding tax certificate.
Yes.
Let me please hand you over and let me know why there is no signature, there is no date on the withholding tax certificate. Now, my question is, why is there no signature and date?
This particular certificate was prepared by the Director of Finance. And he enveloped it and sent it to me.
Okay, all right.
So I wouldn't know.
Yes, but as somebody that have his contract amount deducted, don't you think you could have looked at this document and queried it for the purposes of authenticity?
Exactly.
But
exactly.
You did not do that.
I did not do that.
Let me have that. Now I will further refer you to your statement where you indicated that the borehole that you were paid for, which is the one at Kufa and Buton, 648,050 butus is what is contained in your statement.
Yes.
And in the contract agreement, what is there is 648,515. There is variation in the amount of money contract sum.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Anyway, the contracted value was 648,515. That's the actual amount.
600 and?
48,515.
Okay, that is what is in the contract.
Yes.
So the one is in your statement.
There is an error in that.
All right. Yes, Council.
Chair, we apply to tender the award of contract for the construction of 4-inch borehole at Kufa and Ponto, addressed to Bulumano Construction Limited, signed by the CEO of Pontowood Area Council, dated the 5th day of April 2022, into evidence as an exhibit.
The award of contract for the construction of 4.5-inch borehole at Kufa and Bonto in Jau is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/KTRC/LYFAM/004.
As the Commission pleases.
And yes. And my last question, Mr. Mboj, is you have told this commission that the reason for the variation in cost in terms of borehole drilling is the changes in price, you understand, and the time difference. What costed in a particular year would obviously be different from the following or subsequent years to come. Now, my question is, given the nature of borehole drilling, you as a person who is engaged in that domain and activity, do you think those are the only factors that you need to consider in drilling boreholes?
Well, if you as a driller charge low, and at the end of the day you cannot offer quality services to your employees, tomorrow you will not be able to get another contract.
Now, does the depth of the borehole have an impact on the cost that you will charge to clients?
Sometimes you do have.
Now, how do you make the assessment? That assessment, how do you make it?
Sometimes you do go and visit the area where you are supposed to dig the borehole.
I mean technically. Do you have the expertise to technically understand that the proposed site may be deep, may be shallow, may be medium, whatever?
If you visit the site, you will be able to know. Even if your layman goes there, you will be able to know the water level.
Really?
Really, yes.
Oh. Well,
And normally also transport costs also, you have to put all those things. If the place is far, the cost of transportation of your materials are also comes.
Well, I wouldn't know the assertion you have made that anybody that goes will understand the depth.
You will understand it.
You will understand the depth of the water in
The table of that area, you will
yes.
be able to understand it.
Without expertise.
Without expertise, yes.
Is that so?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Honorable Commissioner has a question before I ask my last question. Thank you.
Mr. Mboj.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Commissioner.
Okay. It's just a word of advice. You know, in contracting, we all know what happens to the specifications. But there are always data that you have to use as a contractor. And this data, I know you know, is available at the Ministry of Water Resources. If you use that data, it will help you in your costing. But if you just want to go there and move it, at times you could flop. So use the Department of Water Resources. They have all the data, all the water tables in this country, and that will help you in your costing. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Actually, the reason why I ask you the question is because the Ministry of Water Resources is the department that has the expertise to give you correct information as to, in each location, what is the probable water level, the table of the water level in any particular area, because they have that data. And if you don't have that data, it will be difficult, because you might cost for 100 meters. It might be more than 100 meters. It might be 200 or 300. And you end up losing. You end up losing one because you will not be able to execute as per what you agreed with your clients. And that is why so many of the projects, they fail.
Exactly.
So this is why I was asking you the question, whether you know about what support the Ministry of Water Resources can give to you to be able to make a proper costing when you do contracts for clients.
I am always in consultation with the water resources representative at the region, like CRR.
But does he normally provide you with?
Yes, he probably assists me with in certain details, and then he do give me guidelines.
Yes, that was what I was asking.
Okay.
I wanted to know. The reason why I asked.
And in fact, one of my workers, who is an engineer, is also well distinguished. He is knowledgeable on the sides of borehole. Unfortunately, I lost him. You know, these spiritual fights at Amdalai. Man died prematurely. Almost all of my work.
Now, Mr. Bush, did the council ask you to produce any document or information?
Any?
Did he ask you to produce for us any information?
Whether they asked me?
Yes, whether the council, the lead council, has asked you to provide us with any information that you noted.
They tell me to bring my bank statement.
Yes, okay. So now we will give you up to Thursday to provide those informations, all right?
Bank statement.
And the
Okay.
tender documents.
And?
And the tender documents. He said it doesn't
Yes,
have
and the
it
tender
here.
documents. I think he has noted it. So, Mr. Mboch, thank you so much, and we expect to see the documents on Thursday. You are discharged. We will call you when we need to, if we have any further information to verify from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And can you please call in the next witness?
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Good afternoon. Can I speak into the mic? Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Mr. Witness, what is your religion?
I'm a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
Pardon me?
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
In English.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
By the Holy Quran.
Madam Chair, the witness which is sworn by the Holy Quran. Can you hold the Holy Quran and then repeat after me? I, Landin Sane, do swear that I'll speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sane.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You are welcome. Counsel, can we proceed, please?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mrs. Anna. Could you please tell the commission your full names?
My name is Landin Sane.
What is your address?
Kunkujan Chetayar.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a businessman now.
In 2018, what were you?
Pardon?
In 2018, what do you do?
I'm a businessman.
Business in what? What exactly do you do?
Borehole drilling.
Do you have any contracts or did you have anything to do with Kuntawur Area Council?
Yes, ma'am.
When was this?
It's around 2020.
Okay. You were awarded contracts?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go through the tender process?
Not the tender process.
How were you awarded these contracts?
Single source.
How many contracts?
2.
Now, do you remember making a statement with the investigators of this commission?
Pardon me?
Do you remember making a statement with the investigators of this commission?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you'll be provided with your statement. You can kindly go through it and confirm if that was the statement you made.
That's it. That's my signature.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender the statement of the witness, Mr. Landin Sane, dated the 7th day of March 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement dated the 7th of March 2024 is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LDC/TTRC/LS/001.
Ask the commission, please. Now, Mr. Sane, these 2 contracts that were awarded to you, it was for what purpose? The
Pardon?
contracts that were awarded to you, it was for what service?
To provide water for villages.
Which of the villages?
Nyangabanta and Ndrame village.
So the first contract was awarded for the borehole drilling of Nyangabanta first. That was the first contract that was awarded?
No, Nyangabanta was not drilling. Drilling was Ndrame. Nyangabanta was to upgrade.
Nyangabanta was to upgrade.
Yes.
So that was the first contract that was single source to you.
Yes.
For the sum of how much? How much were you paid?
Nyangabanta, let me confirm. Let me go through my document.
Okay, do you have the contract with you?
Yes. That is Nyangabanta. Nyangabanta was at a tune of 300,000.
How many?
300,000.
Oh, okay, 300,000. And it was single source.
Single source.
Okay. So how about Ndrame?
Ndrame was 499,330.
May we please have both contracts, please? Mr. Drame, you have it in your statement that the Drame contract was awarded for 500,000.
500,000, but when I drew my invoice, it was less. When I drew my invoice,
Yes.
it was less than 500,000.
Yes, you told the investigators it's 500,000. That's what you have on your statement.
Yes. It was less than some dollars.
Okay. Chair, we apply to tender the award of contract for the construction of 4-inch borehole at Drame Village, addressed to Sinkandi Company Limited, signed by the CEO of Gama Area Council, dated the 13th day of January 2020. And the second contract, award of contract for upgrading of borehole at Nyangabantam Village, addressed to the manager Sinkandi Company Limited, signed by the CEO of Kuntawu Area Council, dated the 24th day of August 2020, all into evidence as an exhibit.
The award of contract for the construction of 4.5-inch borehole at Ndrami Village, Nyanija District, dated the 13th of January 2020, addressed to Sinkandi Company Limited, Cow Junction, Latikunda, Sabiji. It is signed by the CEO of Kotor Area Council. And attached to the award of the contract is the contract agreement dated the 13th of January 2020. It is signed by the Executive Secretary, Chief Executive Officer, the Director of Planning and Development, and the Sinkandi Company Limited. And attached also is the pro forma invoice for the Chief Executive Officer of Contractual Area Council, Village 2. And it is signed by the proprietor of Sinkanding Company Limited, which is Landing Sani. The second one is the award of contract for upgrading of a borehole at Nyangabanta Village, Nyani District. It is addressed to the manager Sinkanding Company Limited, Cow Johnson, Latikunda, Sabidi. It is signed by the Chief Executive Officer, and attached to this award of contract, which is dated the 24th of August 2020, is the contract agreement for the upgrading of a borehole at Nyangabanta Village, Nyani District. It is addressed to the manager Sinkanding Company Limited, Cow Johnson, Latikunda, Sabiji. It is signed by the Chief Executive Officer, Director of Planning, and Sinkanding Company Limited. And further attached is the Sinkanding Company Limited pro forma invoice addressed to the Kuntaur Area Council. It is signed by London Sane, the proprietor. And it's dated 22nd of August 2020. These two documents are admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and they are marked as LGC/KTRC/LS/002.
As the Commission pleases. Mr. Sane, how did you get to know about these two contracts?
I read it in the papers.
Now, would you be able to provide, you read it where? On the papers?
Yes.
For both contracts?
I think, no, that of Ndram, that of drilling, if I can remember.
For drama. So how about the one for Nyangabanta?
Nyangabantang, that of Nyangabantang, it was through one of their councillor called, I forgot the name of the councillor.
The councillor for which ward?
The councillor is from Nyangabantang.
You know him prior to the contract?
No, I don't know him.
What is his name?
I cannot remember the name, but in 2020, in around 2020, he's a native of Nyangabantang.
He's the councillor for Nyangabanta.
Yes, he was. I don't know whether he presently is the...
As of 2020, he was a councillor for Nyangabanta?
Yes.
Okay. So who exactly do you have an engagement with at Kuntaur Area Council regarding the contract?
Through one Mr. Lamin Kujabi, the development officer.
Mr. Kujabi?
Yes.
You had an engagement with him and he told you about the contract?
Yes, he told me about the contract.
He also gave you the contract sum?
No. I was asked to draw a contract.
And it's true you were not the only contractor in that area?
No. I cannot ascertain to that. But I drew a contract and gave it to them. An invoice and gave it to them.
Who exactly did you give this estimations to?
I put it in my envelope and then I just post it to the CEO of Kuntaur Area Council.
Then it was just single source to you?
Yes, I was awarded as single source because I didn't attend for any tender opening.
You didn't attend anything?
Yes.
You were just told by Mr. Kujabi and you drew up your estimations and you submitted?
Yes.
Then you were called and awarded the contract?
Yes.
Okay. Now, upon upon awarded these contracts, did you finish the work at Nyangabanta?
I finished them all.
And you were giving the certificate of completion?
Yes.
How about Drame? The work was done as well in Drame? Mr. Sane?
Yes, I'm just looking at this.
The upgrading, is it done?
I was given a recommendation.
For which of the contracts?
I was given a recommendation from Kuntaur Area Council.
Instead, it's a recommendation instead of certificate of completion.
Let me just... a certificate has been given to me.
Okay. Which of the certificates are you having?
That of Ndram.
How about Nyangabanta?
Nyangabantang, no, I was not given a certificate.
Okay. And have you paid tax for both?
I paid tax that of Ndrami, because they say this one is less than 500,000. So
Who told you that?
the CEO.
Okay. So may we please have the certificate of completion for Rame and the withholding tax certificate for Nyagabanda? No, for Rame.
Hold on. That's a recommendation that this is signed by Mr. Kujabi.
Shall apply to tender withholding tax certificate dated the 3rd of March 2020, addressed to Sinkandi, signed by the CEO, and the recommendation for certificate of completion. Well, recommendation for Sinkandi Company Limited. Sorry. Recommendation for Sinkandi Company Limited dated 8th day of June 2021. Both documents into evidence as an exhibit.
A certificate dated the 3rd of March 2020 addressed to Sinkandi Company Limited. The certificate is signed by Chief Executive Officer Mfan Sudaba. This is admitted in this together with the recommendation for Sinkandi Company Limited dated the 8th of June 2021. And the letter is signed by Lamin Kujabi, Director of Planning and Development. And it is addressed to whom it may concern. These two documents are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/KTRC/LS/003.
As the Commission pleases. Now, Mr. Sane, I've asked you earlier if the The contract for Drame was completed.
It's completed.
Both contracts are completed.
They are all completed.
Okay. Now, upon receiving payments, did you give any token to Mr. Kojabi or any of the council members?
Before you give something for somebody or from a contract, you must first of all have enough.
Okay.
I didn't give anything to anybody.
Okay. So do you have enough?
I didn't have enough.
Now, do you have your documents for the single sourcing?
Yes, I have them here.
Can we please have the documents for both contracts?
Documents, my company's document?
No. The single source documents.
Single source documents means the certificate. My company certificate.
No. The contract that was single source to you. You said one was single source or both were single source. You said both were single source.
The certificate given to us is to indicate that your company is a single window, but I didn't have any certificate of single sourcing.
Okay. All right. In the absence of any other question, Madam Chair or the commissioners, that will be all for this witness.
Yes, Honorable Silla has a point.
Mr. Sani,
Yes, sir.
you said you were awarded the contract on single source basis.
Single source basis, yes, sir.
Did you have the approval of the GPPA for the single sourcing?
From GPPA, single sourcing.
Did you have approval from GPPA? Because just hold on. Wait, listen to me. When a project is single sourced, it has to have approval from the GPPA. Did you have that approval?
No, I didn't have any certificate to indicate that we are to get only single source. The only certificate we have to is this certificate, GPPA certificate that we pay annually.
No, wait. Let me explain it further. When you are given a contract, single source, it means that they are given to you without going through competition.
Yes.
Now, when that happens, the GPPA must give approval. Did you have that approval for the single sourcing?
I didn't have that approval from
You didn't
GPPA.
have the approval?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Kujabi, sorry. Oh. Mr. Sani, the contract for the Nyangabantang upgrading, you have said that the council said the amount was less than 500.
No, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I said I was told that's an upgrading contract for Nyangabanda.
Yes. Yes, you were asked whether you paid tax on that. You said the council said the amount. Or maybe I got it wrong. Can you clarify that issue?
Yes.
What is yes?
The yes is, you asked me whether whether I paid. I said no. The CEO said it's less than.
Less than what?
500,000.
That is what I said. That is what I said. That is why I'm asking you. So it's the CEO that said that it is less than 500,000. So you're not supposed to pay tax. Is that correct?
Well, I didn't pay any tax on that.
No, but I'm asking you whether it was the CEO that said it is less than 500, so you are not supposed to pay the 10. You are not supposed to pay withholding tax.
Yes.
Is that correct?
It's correct.
And who was the CEO?
One Mr. Dabo.
What is the name?
I think it's Mfamara or Mfansu.
Mfansu Dabo.
Mfansu Dabo.
All right. Now, the agreements you have given us for the upgrading of Nyangabanta, you signed an agreement which said you are expected to pay a tax of 10,000. The agreement you signed. So I'll give you the document, you look at it. The second page, then it is in paragraph 4. Did you see it?
Yes, yes.
And you also said, you also told the commission that you drafted the agreement. Is that correct?
Me drafted the agreement?
Yes.
I didn't draft an agreement.
You did not draft this agreement?
No.
So now my question is, did you read this agreement to understand what is there?
I read it, yes.
So did you see the payment of the 10,000?
I saw the payment of that. What happened? They say that's what is called council, something that we pay to the council.
Did you pay that?
I paid that to him.
Where is the receipt?
No, I didn't have. I have no receipt for that.
So you will bring that receipt on Thursday for us. Please write it down so that you will not forget. Did you write that? Did you write that? The receipt, the payment?
No, I don't have it here.
Yes, but write it down so that you can bring it on Thursday.
I will not forget. I will not forget. I'll write.
Please, no, please write it. Please give him a pen to write. So you bring the tax for the Nyangabantang and the Drame for the council that you have paid. Did you pay the 10,000 for the Drame contract?
I paid that.
Is it the same as the withholding tax?
It's all the same.
Is the same?
Yes.
So this tax that is in this agreement for the upgrading, which you said, the CEO said, is not up to 500, so you are not supposed to pay. And you have just told the commission that this is an other tax that the council has asked you to pay. Did I get it correct?
Yes, I'm right.
So now, if this is not withholding tax, it's an other tax, this 10,000 that you paid for the upgrading of the Nyangabanta borehole, are you not supposed to pay another 10,000 for the Drame village, for the Drame borehole, since they are two different taxes?
No, I didn't pay. What the amount that I paid that is indicated in the Drame receipts. That's what all what I paid to the council.
So now I am saying, I am now putting it across to you. You said, I asked you whether the Nyangabantang contract, did you pay withholding tax? You said you did not pay withholding tax.
No.
So you paid another tax which is different from withholding tax, which is also 10,000, which I have asked you to bring the receipt. Is that not correct?
Yes, you are right.
Yes. So I am now asking you, did you pay an additional 10,000 apart from the withholding tax you paid in the Drame project? Because if, going by your evidence, you should pay an additional 10,000 because you paid a tax which is different from withholding tax, and you said it's council tax. So if it is council tax on a contract which they charge 10,000, you should equally pay that 10,000 for this Drame contract.
For the Drame contract, I didn't pay. What I paid is what is on there.
We will ask the CEO when he comes. Now, you have said that the monies paid to you was not enough. What do you mean when you said it was not enough?
I wanted more, because if you do a contract, all what you are supposed to do is to see how much you can get from your profit. I get him. But the profit, apart from when I'm immediately buying from the materials and paying my workers and paying for the machine, all what is left is not enough for me. When I say it's not enough for me, because every contractor want big profit, big margin, but I didn't have any big margin.
Yes, but Mr. Sane, you sent your quotation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Sent your quotation. So how do you have to blame if you are not having enough?
No, I'm not blaming anybody. What I'm saying is I just wanted more.
You wanted more.
Yes.
And if you had wanted more, why didn't you put it in your costing?
Because that will not be feasible. Because you cannot charge a borehole
Then do
till.
you think it is relevant for you to tell us that you wanted more?
Well, yes, it's relevant.
Why should you think that it is relevant for us to listen to that?
I think.
Thank you, Mr. Sane.
Sorry, I didn't ask about his account.
Yes?
Mr. Sane,
Yes.
do you have a business account?
Business account.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have a personal account as well?
Come again.
You have a personal account as well?
Personal account.
Yes.
My account is all in the business.
Is only?
My accounts are all in the business account.
Okay, you can provide the details of the business account. In which bank?
In numerous banks.
Okay, how many accounts?
I'm banking with GT Bank, I'm banking with AG Bank, I'm banking with Access Bank, I'm banking with Eco Bank.
Okay, 4 accounts.
Yes.
And payment goes to all 4 accounts. They are all business accounts.
Yes.
You can please provide the details of these accounts to the registrar before you leave, please. That will be all for the witness, Madam Chair.
So, Mr. Sane, aside from these boreholes and these repairs, what other contracts did you have with Punta Area Council?
These are the only 2.
Thank you. So, Mr. Sane, please endeavor to bring the documents we have asked you to bring by Thursday. If there is any need for us to call you to clarify any issue, we will do so. Thank you so much for coming. And we may rise.